Hey, it's Jeffrey Gurian here, and I am the author of this new book called Healing Your Heart by Changing Your Mind, a spiritual and humorous approach to achieving happiness. And there's a lot of reasons that I wrote this book. One of the reasons that I'm qualified to write the book is because I'm one of the very few doctors who has a very long-standing career in comedy. And I wrote this book as I said, for several reasons, to teach people that you can change the way you think and overcome obstacles in your life in order to achieve happiness. I myself, it's a very personal book. It's the first book, and it's my fifth book, but it's my first book that's really personal. My other books were all about the comedy world and comedy compilations, stories from famous comedians, but this is a book that's very personal to me. And inside of the book is a lot of my personal experiences and how I myself have had to overcome obstacles by changing the way I thought. Mainly, I use my experience with stuttering. I was a very severe stutterer well into my 20s and beyond. And I stuttered so badly that I couldn't even say my name. I could never say Gurian. Many stutterers have a problem saying their own names because your name is your identity, and if you're not happy with who you are, it's very hard to present yourself to the world. I realized one day that I didn't stutter when I was alone. I only stuttered when I was trying to talk to somebody else. And I feel that I was given the grace to realize that there was really nothing wrong with me, that I had created this false disability, so to speak, because you can't have a disability based on your location. A man with a limp limps in every room of his house. He can't go into a room by himself and close the door and walk perfectly. It's a true disability. But if I could speak perfectly when I was alone, then what it means is that there's really nothing wrong with me. I created it for some reason. And many of us do this. We create obstacles for ourselves, self-sabotage. For some reason, we don't feel that we deserve good things in life or that we deserve to be successful, and we hold ourselves back. And my parents took me for speech therapy. No one was able to help me. And I was determined that I was not going to go through the rest of my life as a stutterer. So I worked on myself for years, and I took my mind apart, and that's where I learned that you can change a thought, that all of us, including every one of you that's watching this video, we're holding thoughts that are not valid for us. Many times there are thoughts that were given to us by people who did not have our best interests at heart. Sometimes you were bullied as a child, and maybe you believed what those bullies were saying. People broke up with us, they broke promises, they lied to us. And that's what I refer to as heart wounds. That's why the book is called Healing Your Heart by Changing Your Mind. We keep those things inside of us. You know, there's a saying that they teach us, sticks and stones will break your bones, but words will never harm you, which is the furthest from the truth, because all the bruises you got as a child healed up a long time ago. But each and every one of you can remember something that someone said to you that hurt your feelings, or hurt you in some way. And those things are still inside of us. They lodge in your heart chakra, and I call them heart wounds. And they affect your self-esteem and your self-confidence, and they affect every decision you make in your lives. Because every time you have to make a decision, you think about what you should do. You use your thoughts. And if your thoughts are not valid, then your decisions will not work out well for you. So it's a very difficult process to examine your thoughts objectively, but it's definitely possible to be done. And that's what I talk about in the book. And that's why it's called Healing Your Heart by Changing Your Mind. You're literally changing your mind. You're changing the way you think. With thoughts like that you can't change your past, the only thing you could change is your perspective of your past. So it's learning how to handle your past experience in a certain way and not carrying that pain with you through your whole life. Changing the way you think and changing the way you operate and the way you do things. Allowing yourself to achieve a state of happiness. No one could be happy every day, it's not possible, but it's a goal, and you can certainly be happy a lot of the time by changing the way you think. So I hope that you'll check out this book. It's got a very interesting cover. You'll remember the dog in a lotus position. Dog is God spelled backwards. By the way, spirituality has nothing to do with religion. And when you read the book, you'll see the difference. I explain it very clearly. And what I'm very proud about is that on the back of the book, I have a lot of 5-star reviews. There's about 80 5-star reviews on the Amazon page. And many of them are from physicians, from MDs, from psychiatrists, psychologists, people who work in that field, from people who own recovery centers, because there's a lot of helpful information for people who are addicted to different substances in the book, and just a lot of people in general. And I got one review from the famous comedian Richard Lewis. He's the only comedian that I put on there, who writes, "Get your hands on this book if you're looking for a proven way to achieve healing at the heart level with a twist of humor. Dr. Gurian is a master of so many disciplines, including being a brilliant humorist. The pleasure probably caused his own heart attack. He's on my speed dial along with God." That's from Richard Lewis. Anyway, I hope you guys will check out the book. It's on Amazon and in all bookstores near you. Thanks so much. Have a great day.